Okay, so for the rings that I make, I start out with three different types of silver. Um, the ring shank, I use 1.5 millimeter sterling silver. And for the bezel cup, I use 0.3 millimeter sterling silver for the bottom of the cup, and I use 0.3 millimeter fine silver for the side of the bezel. The side of the bezel helps it if it's a bit more malleable than you can get with sterling silver. So I find that doing it with fine silver is much easier. All right, so the first step of the process is you need to get a ruler and a scribe. Now, a lot of the tools that I'm going to be using here you may or may not have. So if I can get you in the middle of the screen here. If you don't have something like a scribe, you can always use like a sharp nail, or there's a lot of tools that I'm going to use here that you can easily make something that's going to work for you. All right, so we need 50, what was it, 56 millimeters. I need to find a straight, flat 56 millimeters. Here's one, 55, 56 millimeters. And this is the point where you need to decide the width of the ring. Now I have selected for this ring this little opal, just a nice little crystal opal from Lightning Ridge. And I think probably something about like that would look nice. So essentially what you're ending up with is a long rectangle, and the length of the rectangle is the number that you got on the chart up there. And the width of the rectangle is kind of arbitrary, but you want your opal to look nice in there. For a woman's ring, I usually try to make the ring shank, about half the size of the width of the opal, or the length of the opal. For a men's ring, you might make it a lot bigger and set it in, but this would be for a small woman's ring. Alright, so once you have that, next step of the process is to get your piercing saw and do some cutting. Let's see if I can move this over here so you can see this process. And sometimes you break blades. If you use this kind of piercing saw and you break a blade, you can use it again by shortening it up a bit. I go through lots and lots and lots of these blades. Probably not as careful as I should be. again. The teeth on the blade always face down so that whenever you're cutting, you're always just cutting on the downstroke. So, when you are finished, you have a little ring blank. And that's the end of your using the heavy gauge 1.5 millimeter silver. Okay, now at this point, your silver is very hard. And the next part of this process, you need to bend it. So in order to make the silver soft, you need to anneal it, which essentially means just get it hot and then quench it. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn my light off here. I hope you can see this, but it's easier for me to tell the right temperature of the silver whenever there's no light on it. And, generally, I'm looking for a bit of a straw color, just like that. Just when it starts to get nice and red. And so, once it's heated up, get a pair of pliers, and I have a little quenching bowl. I'm not sure you can see that, but you just dump it in the quenching bowl.